Dustin Johnson was awarded Golf Magazine's 2016 Player of the Year. Wayne Gretzky is his fiance's father. He wants to make sure that his future son-in-law Johnson will become a great one of his own, saying this: "I've told Dustin he has to be more like Tiger. I don't mean he has to be Tiger. You only get a few athletes like that a century. But part of what made Tiger Tiger was relentlessness. If I scored 50 goals in a season, I wanted 70 the next year. If I got 70, I wanted 90. Never, ever settle." Of course, Dustin Johnson, Dustin just won 3 tournaments and a major. That's a pretty great year. Now go win 5 tournaments and 2 majors. I want to see him that he can only put limits on himself. What's your take on these comments by the great one?
Well, how can you refute somebody that's the greatest by? He is the best hockey player, in my opinion. I know he's the most humble person. I've spent a lot of time with Wayne. He says that Gordie Howe is a better hockey player. He always defers to everybody else. And I think I saw Dustin be affected by it at Pebble in 2014, to what we saw at Chambers Bay in 2015. And I think fatherhood. I sat down with him for 120 Sports on the driving range of BMW 2 years ago, and you could just tell he had a different calmness about him. Now, Wayne Gretzky, the idea of 50 goals one year, 70 the next. Jack Nicklaus said that when he had his first conversations with Tiger Woods, and he heard that Tiger, when he saw 5, wanted to in the next hole make birdie and get to 6.
Okay.
Jack was always about preservation, more of a conservative course management, and just wanted to win whether it was 1 or 8. Now, Jack won a few events by 8, but Tiger, I think, is more known. He's more synonymous with lapping the field, particularly from that 99 to 2002 period. And Wayne Gretzky is like Tiger. Dustin Johnson is one of the 10 most talented golfers to turn pro in the last 40 years.
So you think he can do some big things? You
Yes.
think he can kind of live up to what Gretzky is saying here, not putting limits on himself?
He's won a PGA Tour event each of his first 10 years out of college as a tour member. That's he and Phil Mickelson.
That's huge.
That's it. Like, you can't go Watson. You got to go back to like Nicklaus. It just doesn't happen. So the talent's there. You can also argue there aren't that many people that have not maximized their talent the last 10 years, too. I mean, Dustin Johnson was the guy. He, Sergio and Lee Westwood, best players without a major championship until he won at Oakmont in 2016. He is the guy that should win 20 times on tour. He and Rory McIlroy, because it is hard.
Absolutely.
Spieth, Dustin, and Rory right now are the only 3 guys that I see winning 5 majors and 20 PGA Tour wins in their careers, because the PGA Tour, the world of golf, is the deepest it's ever been. It's probably only going to get deeper, and guys don't play as many events, and they don't play as many PGA Tour events. They scour out to different parts of the globe for money. Dustin's certainly one of those guys. But Wayne, it's a remarkable perk for him to have Wayne Gretzky in his back pocket.
So you think marriage will be good for him? The wedding, I don't know if they've announced the date with Paulina.
They keep pushing it back.
Okay, we'll have to see how it all, impacts Dustin, but you feel like fatherhood was certainly good. We'll see if marriage maybe can help him continue to be more well-rounded and win more on the PGA Tour.